Hope everybody is doing fine and doing great and staying safe at homes with your families. Now, let us start the another prose lesson for you from English, and it is written by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The name is Opportunities for Youth. It's the lesson, whole lesson is for you, dedicated to the youth, coming up citizens of India. Jawaharlal Nehru, you know something about him, especially in that November you celebrate his birthday, 14th November, as Children's Day. I remember your school days when you are very much eager to celebrate, and many he was known for his preference given to the children. Chacha Nehru, people used to call him. He was one of the most loved Prime Minister of India, and he was the first Prime Minister. He was born in Allahabad in the year 1889, and unfortunately we lost him in the year 1964. Those people have a great vision, very good educated people, plus had a great vision to see the world in a different manner. He studied law at Cambridge, not in India, because India does not have that much facilities, and obviously he belonged to a very good background, so he has studied outside, and he studied at Cambridge University, and then he returned to India in 1912, joined INC, Indian National Congress, in the year 1919, and it was under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi ji. So he has joined Indian National Congress in the year 1919. He was a very staunch advocate of socialism. Socialism means equal distribution of wealth among the haves and the have-nots. That means among the rich and the poor. Rich and poor, less gap between rich and poor. And like rich should not become richer and poor should not become the poorer. So equal distribution of the wealth among the rich and the poor. That's why there are like ration shops to subsidy schemes. There are so many things, and they have started 5-year planning and all. So those like after getting independence, it was difficult to manage the country, because for the first time we are getting the management in our own hands. Like for Indians have to manage. And next is that we were not that much developed, and the third thing is that we have started following the democracy, where for the people, of the people, and by the people. So overall the people are important. So they have to take care to whom they have, means how to frame the policies, what to do, so the people can come near to the government and the government can do welfare of the people. And he was a very great writer. He wrote many of the books. His letters from a father to his daughter, this is one of the very great letters. He was in prison, because you know during the freedom fight they have to go for the means like the police arrested them a lot of times and they have to be in the prison. So this, he wrote the letters to his daughter. Means who was his daughter? Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Okay. He wrote the letters, and few of the letters during the birthday, and every time he remembered the birthday of his daughter and written a letter from the prison to her, and it was having a great message. If any time you get a chance, read it out, what the messages he has given to his daughter. Those times where they don't have any internet facilities, they don't have any phone facilities, nothing was there, no WhatsApp messages, no Telegram, no Instagram, nothing was there. But their thinking was very much progressive. They have a lot of deep thinking. So, and still those writings are relevant in this era, in this modern age also. We find those writings as the great ones. Glimpses of world history. Because he has studied abroad, he has a feeling that he has to find out the differences in the history and the civilization of not only our country but the other countries. And autobiography. Autobiography means own story, own life history. Biography, one person writing the other person's story or about life, that is biography, only biography. When we are adding autobiography means writing our own life history. The next is the discovery of India. On this particular discovery of India, long back, a serial being made with different episodes, and in this discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru mentioned, or you can say he wrote about the variety of traditions, cultures, civilizations and food habits, customs, differences in only in India, and how the people of India from the past till now, how they changes. And also that was about Ashoka the Great to Chandragupta Maurya. From history, he started from history and till the before the independence, till that side he has written the discovery, and it was a very great book to be read out. Once in a lifetime you get a chance, please go ahead and read that book. Those people, just imagine it out, who has this much knowledge, when he is giving some message to the youth, so obviously it is one of the greatest message. Now before starting the opportunities for youth, let me ask you a question. Like, have you ever feel regretted by doing something wrong? Like suppose you have taken one of the dress or something, you have bought one of the expensive dress. Then while after coming back to home, you thought that instead of taking this much expensive dress, I could have taken something which is more important to me. Rather spending this much amount on that dress, I could have taken my bag, my books or something. I could have taken rather than spending this much. So that type of the differences between your thought and action is actually the one which makes continuous guilty feelings in our own selves. So he is saying that the first message what he is giving to the youth is that thought without action is abortion. Abortion means a bad, unpleasant. Unpleasant or bad. The meaning for this one here, specifically in this context. As I said you earlier that contextual meanings get differences in the contextual meaning. Sometimes what we write down at different contexts get a different meaning. In a different context, it could get a different meaning. What you are saying, what you are writing, it depends on the whole meaning of the sentence. So first what is said the message? Thought without action is abortion and action without thought is folly. That means you have a thought, but thought without action. You have a thought but you don't do the action. It's a waste. It's an unpleasant, a bad thing. For example, for this one, thought without action, like just suppose imagine nowadays you are under the homes, so you are not coming to the college and all. So in these days you must have thought that I am becoming a little bit lazy because no particular timings of going to the college, so I am not getting fresh up early. So from actually my mind is not getting fresh and all, so what to do? So from tomorrow onwards I will get up at 4 a.m. or okay 5 or 6 a.m. Just imagine 6 a.m. fine, one time will fix. So you have imagined that you thought that by 6 a.m. I will get up in the morning, then I will do some jogging or some exercise, some aerobic, something at home. There is no need to go outside because nowadays the situation is not good because of the pandemic and all, and you cannot walk with the mask on because it will you will get panting. But if you can have a place where you can able to walk outside, go ahead, fresh air is more important. But if you don't have, please do some exercise, some jogging doing like your march past at one place, that enough. There is no need for jogging, means you should not supposed to run from here to there certain stretch. No, only moving your legs at one place also you can do the jogging, or some warm up exercise, some aerobics or something. So you just have thought and you decided and you kept the alarm for 6 a.m. Okay, that is your thought. But when 6 a.m. the alarm actually rings, what you have done, you simply snooze it out, because you are not getting that much energy to get up, and you thought from tomorrow onwards, I'll do this from tomorrow onwards. So that means you have not taken the action on your thought. You thought to get up at 6, but you have not taken the action. That is a waste thing. That is one of the unpleasant and a bad thing. Where is the use for that thought? If you are not doing the action, then why to keep those thoughts in your mind as well? Now next is that action without thought is folly. Sometimes doing any action, just now I have given you example like buying any of the expensive dress, that is your action. Already you bought the dress without thinking. Then coming back home, you realize I have many other things which could be my priorities rather than getting this expensive dress. That is your thought which is coming late. First you have done the action, now the thought is coming to you which is late. Is it a folly or not? Foolishness, right? Yes, it is a foolishness. So the same thing, he is giving this message, and this message has a very deeper meaning. Try to understand that one. Anywhere. As in previous class when we were discussing about the boy who broke the bank, I said you about that. First decide that, listen to the thing carefully, then think one more time that whatever I am believing, is it true? Whether I have to take the action on that or not. That is important. Thought is important and action is also important, but both should be coordinated. Both should have the coordination. Action and thought should be related to each other. Think twice or thrice, but don't go on thinking only. Take the action. That is also very much important. Because if you are thinking and no action is doing, so you should be building the castles in the air. Just only building a big castle. Castle means a palace. A big palace and just in the air only. It is not really made up. So what does it mean? That you are just going on thinking. No, not necessary that you just only think. You should implement. First think and then act. Both should be related. The next is that impulsive or automatic actions, those known as the reflex actions. Like if suppose someone is throwing something on you, suddenly without any nobody can give you any type of the directions and all, without any directions or without anything, simply you try to keep your hand like that, or simply try to keep your head or face from that place. This is your immediate action. That is known as your reflex action. Suppose there is a warm, or you can say a boiled water or something, and you don't know that was actually a boiled water. It is quite hot, and you actually touch it out, and suddenly you got the shock, like you got a shock of the heat. So what you do? Immediately you remove your hand from that side. There is no need for the brain to work here. It is your reflex action. It is actually the brain already start giving the messages to your sensory nerves, and you got the message. Your hand got the message and it has got removed from that place. These are your reflex actions. We do many actions from morning to evening. Reflex actions in the morning to evening we do a lot. Like automatic reactions. If someone is saying like that, we have to smile and all. Like there is no need to planned out and all. It is our automatic one. So we do this one. These actions are different. He is saying that impulsive automatic actions, okay, that is none in our control. Other actions should be preceded by thought, like deciding about your studies, and those who want to score better, how to study, at what time, how much time you have to divide to each subject. And there is no need for everybody to think that this only particular subject is difficult. Some find physics tough, some find botany tough, some find chemistry tough, even some find commerce tough. It goes on. Some find mathematics tough, maths 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, whichever you feel like tough. So there is no need, like if your friend is feeling this one is easier for her, maybe that is easier for her, maybe the other subject is easier for you. So don't compare yourself, but think that how to overcome that deficiency of that, or you can say the difficulty, how to overcome that difficulty. So what you have to do, you have to plan. You have to plan a timetable. Okay, I'll spend 2 hours on the study of this difficult subject, 1 hour on the subject which the next at the difficulty level, then lower on. Okay, if you are good at languages, you can spend few hours or 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever in the whole week. For that, there is no need to like compare yourself with the others. Everybody is good at some and the worst at the other. So here you have to make a plan. Otherwise, if you are thinking of making a plan but not making a plan and not doing the action on that, would you get a good result? No, obviously not, because your thoughts are there, plans are making in the thought, but you are not taking the action. So what he is saying is that you just have to, other actions whatever you are taking, like these are the automatic reactions, but other actions, like as I said, making a timetable, this action should be thought first, then action should be taken, preceded by the thought. First think, make, then execute your plan, go for action. He wanted to say that don't impulsively decide for the future, especially for your studies, especially for your career. The other things which can impact on your life should be decided with complete thoughtfulness. Think over that. Sometimes it happens that I don't know how many of you would agree with me, but many of the students get a dilemma what to take, which subject to be taken in the first year. When you have passed your 10th standard, maybe some of you like social studies a lot, maybe some of you like mathematics, and maybe some of you like science. Science means overall. So, but because your elder one has taken into mathematics, you are forcing yourself, not necessarily the parents. It is sometimes you only force yourself. No, because what the people would say, if I would not study mathematics because my elder one, brother or sister, whoever may be, they have taken mathematics, so I should have to take the mathematics. Don't force yourself to do that. If you are forcing, then obviously you had a feeling that I don't like this subject. You don't like, you have a liking for maybe you like the science more, you like the social more. So I have a liking towards the other subject, but I am forcing myself to do this one. This will create an inner conflict. This is the inner conflict. If your thought and action are related to each other, then there is no inner conflict for you, and you will get the satisfaction and happiness. We'll further continue in the other class. I hope till now you have understood. I don't want you to get confused. Here it is written by Jawaharlal Nehru, and whatever his qualities are, I said you about that. He joined INC in 1919 and he is a very staunch or very strict supporter of socialism. He wrote so many books over here which have a lot of great impact on the youth, and the first message what he did is give here is that thought is important, but action is also important. Both should be correlate. What you are thinking, you should do the same. Okay, like you are thinking of eating pizza, but you are eating biryani. Okay, that is the difference. Your thought is of pizza, but action is of biryani, so it should not be done. You eat out, but after eating also you will not get that satisfaction. So for satisfaction, your thought and your action should be correlated to each other. I hope till here you have understood. In the next class, we will continue the further explanation. Thank you.